Hi, it's your professor, Ann Babson. I am giving you the basic instructions of what to expect related to the extra credit assignment that I have given you. Um, I got this idea for an extra credit assignment for our class, given the theme of the class related to the way the brain works and the way our mind and our thoughts work, from a professor who teaches psychology at a British university. He asked his students to do the following. First, he wanted them to decide to do an act. For some experiments, I think he's done once a day, other times once a month, other times once a week. I'm asking you to do this once a week, to do an act of compassion in which you gain nothing for someone else. And so if you already have a great big crush on someone, don't do something nice for that person because you're hoping to gain the goodwill of this person for your own, d- you know, desired relationship with him or her. Don't do that. Don't try to do something nice to your for your best friend necessarily. Find someone who needs some help, who can really do nothing to repay you. Do something small, or big if you can afford it. But I'm not asking you to necessarily give money. It may be that you help someone with something that they need, like an older person needs help crossing the street, or someone is having some kind of other problem, and you're able to help. Help. I want you to do that for one time a week for 4 weeks. And I want you to write down what it was that you did. You're going to keep a journal for this. And that's my dog over there. He's scratching himself and I guess he's here for moral support. Um, and then what I want you to do, once you have determined purposefully to do an act of compassion for someone else in that context where you gain technically nothing from it. You're not trying to curry favor with them. You're not trying to get a job at that company, whatever it is, like that. And then I want you to just record starting the next day and throughout the month thereafter what you're grateful for. And I want you to also do one baseline gratitude journal entry before you do your act of compassion, um, so that you have a sense of what you can list, what you can identify that you're grateful for. And those can be things like big things like, I am grateful for my health. I am grateful for my family. I'm grateful for the opportunity to get a college degree. Or it can be something as simple as, I'm grateful for this scarf, which I enjoy. Something small, something big, whatever it is that you're grateful for. Just write it down. And the purpose of this thought experiment is to figure out if doing periodic purposeful acts of compassion makes a person more grateful. And you're the lab rat, you're the guinea pig of this particular experiment. And you're also the scientist doing the experiment. At the end of the month, you should write me a brief report. You won't have to do any additional research for it. This is going to count like a quiz for you. You just need to respond to what the information is that you'll turn in your journal electronically to me, as well as a brief report, figure a page or two, explaining what you did and how, whether you feel more grateful and if or not, and if you do or if you don't, what you notice, what you learned from being compassionate and determining how grateful you were. Maybe you learn very little. Maybe you learn a great deal. Maybe you see something. That's the nature of the extra credit. There's no way for you to mess it up except not do it in a methodical method. You really do have to do an act of kindness a week and record it. You also have to daily decide what you're grateful for. You're the world's leading expert on what you're grateful for. There's no way you can mess this up if you do the work. And I'll be very interested to see what you say. That's the whole lesson. You'll let me know if you have questions, I'm sure.